Okay. We'll set up here. Right here. Isn't that funny that it's Bear Lake and it's our logo?
Oh, yeah.
You forgot?
Well, it's not that I forgot. I just never thought of them being true together.
Oh. But after this, we're going to go back to the van and eat breakfast.
Okay.
So we're just here to get a time lapse.
Of the sunrise.
Yes.
Okay.
And drink.
Yeah, but the important thing is that we're parked. It is 4:49 a.m. We got up to go to the Bear Lake area. It's supposed to get pretty full pretty fast. We're thinking that maybe we're gonna beat that. And then also, the timed entry for Bear Lake starts at 5 a.m. So we're like a little concerned with like how many people go super early. But then we'll do Nymph Lake, Dream Lake, Emerald Lake. Said something about Alberta Falls.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be after the 3 lakes. I'd like to get closer to the other side and then go to Alberta Falls. Yeah.
Okay. So we're spending pretty much all day here. It's a little chilly this morning, but not too bad. I never thought I'd be wearing my floof jacket in July. But yeah, I know that we were just sitting and watching the sunset, so I'll get cold if it's at all cold. But I'm pretty sure as soon as the sun rises, I'm gonna have to de-layer pretty quickly. At our second sunrise shooting location this morning at Bear Lake. Parking lot has gotten a little more full since we were here earlier. It's like 6:30 a.m. now. For breakfast, we can have oatmeal, cereal. I don't really feel like making eggs or the quinoa bowl. So after I finish boiling the water for your coffee and my tea, then I'll boil water for oatmeal. A shuttle.
The bus.
I guess that's one thing. I didn't realize that Rocky Mountain had a shuttle system. If you're at the camp, like your campsite, and you didn't want to deal with parking, you could take the shuttle. It's actually not boiling yet, even though it sounds like it. Oh, yes it is. It wasn't a second ago. This one looks pretty nymphy with all the lily pads. But this feels like it would be Nymph Lake.
Yeah, this is Nymph Lake.
Yeah.
What?
Just seeing the different views through the trees. Different perspectives.
Wow, she said it. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
That's not Dream.
I don't think so.
Just a small one. 2 more.
Yeah. It's a high traffic area.
Take a picture of me. Do a video of me jumping. Over there.
This is a pretty view. It is pretty dreamy. On to the last one. The scenery for these hikes is absolutely breathtaking. Step to the sledge.
Oh, I saw that.
This will be the only footage of Ethan on this hike because I was too chicken to take anything out and record because there was a lot of people on this hike.
Just a few.
There's too many people. It needs to be more private and off where no one is watching. What if I go down there? We're good? So our second activity for day 2, we walked along the lakes. All of the lakes are, I think, aptly named because Nymph Lake has very like foresty nymph vibes with like lily pads, and it's kind of smaller. And then after that is Dream Lake, and then that one is huge. It's the biggest one, and it is pretty dreamy, so also appropriately named. And then last you have Emerald Lake, which I'm guessing is named that because of the reflection of the trees makes it look pretty green. Even though the water is honestly very, very clear. This is a really cool trail. It's only like, I mean, there and back is like under 4 miles. There is some elevation gain, but it wasn't anything too bad. And then you also get pretty waterfall. So I think this is a pretty good hike. I think I would recommend it if you are in Rocky Mountains. Finished up the lakes trails and came back to the van so we could get some snacks and kind of regroup. And then we are planning on heading out to Alberta Falls, but first we are going to wait out a quick thunderstorm.
I'm not going out there.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, basically there's like almost a thunderstorm a day in the summer. You think the storm's over?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It does.
Might be ready to
Time to go? Alright. Roger that. Off to Alberta Falls. So the rain let up, so we're going to take this opportunity to hike down, it looks like, to Alberta Falls. It's about a mile one way, so hopefully we can beat the next round of thunderstorms. This one's very peaceful. That bridge.
What?
The holdup is that the mules aren't wanting to cross that bridge, which it's hard to blame them. favorite thing about falls hikes is the little teaser streams along the way.
Oh, my favorite part!
Did you hear that, kid? I'm not the only one. I think we might have arrived. I bet it keeps going. This isn't like the end. It's starting to sprinkle again. Uh-oh. So we made it to Alberta Falls. It did start raining basically as soon as we got to the falls. But yeah, now there's people coming, so I have to stop.
Oh, you put it on under?
I'm gonna see if I can.
Are you taking your arms out? I just don't want it to fall. It'll stop raining by the time we figure this out.
Probably.
Huh?
Think skinny thoughts. So Ethan is doing something kind of different for sunset, but he's close enough where I can just kind of go check on him. And
this is what I saw when I checked. So Ethan is doing a hyperlapse. Moving hyperlapse. Ethan is doing a moving hyperlapse for sunset today. So today is day 2 in the Rockies. Sure. He inched the camera this way. I was wondering what you would do once you got to the tree. And you're just taking a photo every time you move?
Yep. So, one step each. I try to keep the left leg even with the road as much as I can. So that's kind of my line I'm going off of.
Right, so that the pictures kind of stay consistent.
Yes. And so on the camera, all I have to do is get it balanced.
Interesting.
And I'm looking at the same point.
Yeah.
On the
mountain there?
Mountain, yeah. I'm lining it up with all these lines on the camera.
So it'll be like a, what did you call it?
It's a moving hyperlapse.
A moving hyperlapse. Because you take multiple photos like in a time lapse, but you're manually scooching it.
Yes. And it's incredibly time consuming.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you've already been at it for at least like 10-15 minutes.
But that's not really that bad.
No. And then tomorrow we are going to try out a challenge, and we're going to try to hike to the top, the summit of Mount Ida. So it'll be a 9.8 mile hike. It'll be strenuous because you're going up a mountain. Anything else?
Nope. That's it.
Alrighty.
End the video here.
Okay, we'll end it here.
It's hard to find endings for videos. This is the ending.
This is the ending. Okay.